Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, June 17th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures this morning are catching a pretty sharp bid to the upside, trading higher by about 12 and 3/4 points at the moment to 1637 per contract. Decent pop on Friday. The futures did close down about 10 points. Trading around the 1626 level. So it was a pretty ugly Friday, but today the markets are rebounding with a pretty sharp move. Now they are definitely off the highs that were made around 6:30 this morning. Futures were trading as high as 1640.50, 1640 and a half around 6:30 in the morning. However, they have pulled back a little bit. The most important chart that I think anybody can follow right now is going to be the dollar-yen chart. What you're going to see here is that the dollar-yen has really been on a tear to the upside. It's caught a pretty big bid. If this starts to move lower, you're going to start to see the futures move lower as well. So again, dollar-yen chart, keep on your radar. Very, very important chart. If you take a look at the daily chart here, you're going to see that this closed down on Friday all the way as low as looks like 94.06. Today it's trading at 94.85. If this gets a bid, this certainly helps to lift the markets and certainly is the main catalyst out there. That carry trade is probably the most important trade out there. So in any case, this is what we're watching. Keep a chart up of the dollar-yen chart at all times. If the dollar-yen starts to move higher, stock market starts to move higher. Dollar-yen starts to sell off, stock market sells off. Yes, the dollar-yen is still in a very vulnerable position. Yes, it can still trade lower. That's the God-honest truth. That's the bottom line. And that's what traders are going to have to watch for. If that starts to move lower, watch out, be careful, this market will move lower. Let's take a look at a few other things out here. There's a lot to cover in the news this morning. The big talk of the town really is the Ben Bernanke FOMC press conference and monetary policy meeting, which will occur on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Now, that's still a couple of days off. This is also the start of options expiration. This coming Friday will be the monthly expiration for the month of June. So we generally look for a very volatile trading week. This is a week where you're going to hear a lot of rumors. You're going to hear a lot of different upgrades and downgrades by firms that are actually a little bit ridiculous. But that's something that we've learned to grow accustomed to over the years every week during the monthly options expiration. So keep that stuff on your radar. Just expect the unexpected. That's what I like to say. We also call this the real Shark Week, as it will be just a lot of volatility out there, both on the upside and the downside. But the markets will move around all over the place. Today, I believe there's going to be a G8 summit in Northern Ireland. Traders want to watch for that. There could be some news out of there. You never know. I don't think anything really is moving the market right now, but two things. Bond yields, the movement on the 10-year bond yield, and also the movement on the dollar-yen chart. That's really what's moving the markets. The markets could care less about anything else besides that. Looks like we do have some economic data out at the moment. If you take a look here, you'll see the futures are inching up a little bit more, but it looks like the Empire State Manufacturing Index number is out for the month of June. That was just released around 10 a.m. We're going to have the Home Builder Sentiment Index, or the NAHB's monthly gauge of home builder sentiment. That'll be released at 10 o'clock. So, again, you're going to have some more economic news around 10 o'clock in the morning. But right now, it looks like the New York Fed's June Empire State Manufacturing Survey has just been released, and the markets are holding up pretty well. Looks like that was up 7.84% in the month of June versus a reading of negative 1.4% in May. So big move there in the number. But really, what bearing is it having on the market? That's really the main catalyst. The markets are up slightly, still up 13 points as we speak. Few other things here. One, you want to take a look at the Asian markets last night. The Nikkei 225 was able to make a little bit of a move higher. Nikkei 225 finished higher by about 2.7%. So that's a decent little pop there for Japan. Again, the market over there is very, very volatile, so you got to be careful on a day-to-day basis. But it all has to do with the dollar-yen chart. The dollar-yen goes up, Japan's market will go up. Dollar-yen goes down, Japan's market will go down. It's all about the yen. It's all about the currency, and really that's the bottom line. Last night, the Shanghai Index did finish lower again. It was only down about 1/4%, but nonetheless, it did finish lower on the session. Really wasn't a great showing. So again, traders want to be a little bit careful there. The Shanghai Index, which is mainland China, coming under pressure again last night. Not a pretty picture. The Bombay Sensex Index, which is India, that was up about 0.75%. So that was a solid move higher. Traders want to watch that as well. And if you look over at the Singapore Straits Times Index, you're going to see that that was up about 0.7% as well. So again, for the most part, Asia held up pretty well last night. The European markets are doing very well this morning. You have the German DAX up 1.25% already. France is leading the way. The CAC 40 up 1.5%. Spain and Italy are positive as well. The London FTSE, which England can print their own money, they're up about 0.7%. So markets are holding up pretty well this morning ahead of the opening bell. We'll see how that all plays out and shakes out a little while from now once the opening bell rings. But I believe the most important chart that anyone can follow, once again, is the dollar yen. Let's take a look at gold this morning. Gold is trading lower. Spot gold is down about make that $6 to around $13.82 per contract, or per ounce, I should say. And if you take a look at the GLD here this morning, what you're going to see is that the GLD selling off a little bit sharply, down around 133.50. It closed at 134.43 on Friday. So a decent little downtick for gold this morning, especially in the GLD. Spot price is only down about $6 at the moment. Looking at the oil markets this morning, what we're going to notice here is that we do have oil trading higher by about 21 cents to $98.06 a barrel. That's not that big a deal. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for crude, and you'll see that's trading at $34.86. Closed at $34.74 on Friday. So we're not going to make too much out of it. Again, you will have that home builder news out at 10 o'clock. Sometimes that could shuffle the home builder stocks or ruffle the feathers a little bit if the news is not so great. But right now, I think there's two things moving the market. One is the Japanese yen. Dollar yen chart, probably the most important chart out there. And then number two, you're going to look at bond yields. Yields go down. That is a positive for everything in the utility sector, home builder sector, mortgage REIT sector, commercial real estate sector, and so forth. So again, that's very, very important as well. We do have one gap play this morning. Hopefully we'll have a couple of more by 9 o'clock. I will post those up right in the chat room at 9 a.m. So again, watch for that. We should have I'm thinking at least 2 or 3. So again, watch for those at 9 o'clock in the morning. With that said, everybody, I want to leave it there. Right now, futures are up 13 points. Have a great trading day. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the charts.